So, looks like the Helganquil have been engineering Zeugles too. Why doesn't that surprise me at this point?
The creatures we've been encountering here have been a little different to what we're used to fighting, but I'm pretty sure they're Zeugles too.
Do you think they were engineered using creatures native to the area?
Indeed. However, based on the current circumstances, I would guess these Zeugles are all that's left of the planet's fauna now.
You mean, there might have been native owl species here once upon a time too?
We're back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Hi, Hoodle!
Flaming meteor!
Inferno! In here! Here's the evil!
Flaming meteor!
This is gonna need all of us together!
Vacuum blade!
Each turn! More without me! Go for the weak point!
Flaming thrust! Here I come!
Friend!
Tech!
Blah, blah, blah!
I'll stop this charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Soaring light spear!
Freeze laser!
Hurricane! You're mine! I'm not done!
Glacial
You're
spear!
finished!
Here's the evil!
Dragon
Flaming meteor!
Damn!
Freeze laser!
Win!
Dance in the wind!
This
In
one's
here!
mine!
You're mine!
Gemini Ultra!
Thrust!
More for the
I'm not
top!
done!
Annihilation! Blizzard!
Go!
Ray!
Let's
Magic
go!
and
Dazzle!
Thunder! Inferno cluster! It's weakened!
Right!
Illuminate!
This ends now! Rising Falcon!
Hurricane Flight!
Take
Annihilation!
it! I'm
Blizzard
not
Blow!
done! You're finished! Burn in hell!
Flaming
You're
meteor!
mine!
Magic and
Thrust!
Again!
Where are you going?
It's over!
Armor won't save you! Shield and face!
Flame of
No
fury!
escape!
Burning
Thrust!
Flaming meteor! Here's evil! From here!
Dragon Stick!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing art to accomplish.
I have no limits! Dragon Claw! Vacuum blade! Dazzle! Strike! Soaring light spear! Rising Falcon!
Here's the evil! Can't this blast!
Damn!
Alright, Thunder! It's showtime!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Radiant Pierce!
This one! Piercing
You're
roar!
mine! Nah!
Radiant Pierce! Raging Storm! Take that! House this! Lightning! No more Miss Nice Girl! Oh, violent darty, blah blah blah, magic! Crossblade!
Here, let me
Dance in the wind! Air!
Look sharp!
Photon blast! You get
Aw,
the
too
dead!
sorry to come over.
You get the dead!
Here, let me
Heal your healing art! First aid!
It's on!
Illuminate the
Huh?
blah blah
Burn
blah!
it out!
Gemini Ultra!
There!
Holy Lancer! Going
Stay
in!
still! Void Blast!
Hurricane Strike!
Rising Falcon! Lightning Thrust!
Do it!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers, too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renasalma.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renasalma's here, right?
Just don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renas Alma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
there was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear?
Rinwell!
What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really, really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although, admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renis Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danon and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's great spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
You think we can take that Zoogle?
If you're gonna fight it, I'll cover you.
The sword-wielding Zoogle?
And not just one, but four.
It thinks 2 extra hands is enough to beat me. It's sorely mistaken!
Let's just focus on what's important.
Holy land!
Now where was I?
Take this! I'm not done!
Inferno!
Hey!
One more!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Stand!
Eyes off! Illuminate
Be
my
still!
magic!
Here I come!
Hurricane strike! Holy land!
Look sharp!
Slide!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Spear!
Lunar corruption!
Rise the
Illuminate!
Oh, these guys
I'm not done!
Here!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Burning!
I'm not done! I'm not done!
Here, let me help!
Lightning orb! First aid!
Okay,
Raging
here I go.
lightning! Harder!
Let's
Charge
ready.
away! Here's the evil! Hurricane
Lightning
strike!
thrust!
Freeze Lancer! All disasters made one!
Far enough.
Magic! Radiant blast!
I can carve through armor!
In a bind!
Strike! It's over!
Lunar corruption!
Try harder! My turn! You're mine!
Time to shine!
We now have Raging
Dragon
cascade!
Swarm! It's
Freeze
on!
now! Let's get him off the
Try harder! Not a chance! Run escape! It's over! Dragon Swarm!
Thanks for the healing.
Watch yourself, okay?
Yeah, you too. Lunar corruption!
You're mine! I'm not done! It's over!
In here!
Rise up!
Here's the healer!
Ignite!
First aid!
Okay, here I go!
Hurricane
Here I come!
Ready and ready! Armor won't save you!
A banana! Let's go! Annihilation!
Now,
It looks
while
like
it's
you got
reeling!
this
Take it down!
Air thrust!
Take this!
Here's the
Go!
blah, blah.
It's over! Dragon
There
Swarm!
you go! Don't let up!
There!
Ready to go! Annihilation!
You're mine!
Radiant blood! Here!
Prepare to be...
Here's a healing art! Here's a first aid! Raging cascade!
Move it!
Going in!
Struck!
By the
Dragon
power
Swarm!
of together!
Glacial fire!
Astral energy!
Hurricane
Do it! More with that! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Water, hear my call!
Vacuum blade!
Raging storm! Lightning! Light!
Dragon Swarm!
Hurricane!
Ready and ready!
Raging
Eternal
storm!
devastation!
Back into the fray!
Dragon Swarm!
It looks like we made a mess!
Raging storm!
Burn! You're mine! I'm not done!
Blah, blah, blah,
You're finished.
magic! Air thrust!
nearly done for.
I'll bring you back from just a bit. Resuscitation!
You're mine! No escape!
Armor won't save you!
Alright! Dragon Sword!
Lightning or raging dragon! Gemini Aqua!
Try harder! My turn! Here I come! Dragon Swarm!
First aid! Blah, blah, blah.
Try harder! No!
Lightning strike!
Lightning! Downfall with the pressure!
You're mine!
Here's a healing art!
Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade!
Water!
Here I come!
Hurricane
Can't move!
Don't give up! Switch to offense! I'll hit you.
Not done yet!
More for the stockpile! Going in! All disasters made wise! Magic is there!
Dragon Swarm!
Lunar corruption!
There!
Inferno crossing! Got it! On guard! Annihilate! I've now got
Got him on the
it!
run!
Don't get cocky!
Right. Still anyone's fight.
Go time!
Take
In the
this!
wind! Seven-eye off!
I'm not done!
Get on it!
The flame inside me yearns to be let
Blah,
free!
blah, blah!
Vacuum Blade!
Holy land! One more time!
Look sharp!
Lightning raging cascade!
You're mine!
Inferno
Dragon Sword! There!
You can
Appreciate that shield.
Crescent
Lightning Thrust!
Annihilation!
Escape!
It's weakened!
Anything in armor.
This ends now! Eat this!
Inferno crossing!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
It got rid of the swords!
Looks like I won after all!
Except it doesn't look like that thing's finished yet. Not by a long shot.
You're far enough!
You get the gist.
It's time!
Searing flame!
Here I come!
Flaming meteor!
No escape! Be still!
Gemini
Here I come!
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
I'm not done!
Illuminate the dark!
Dragon
Magic is
Sword!
there! Holy land!
You're mine! Be still!
This one's mine!
You're mine! No escape!
Let me show you what my art
Now
is!
you see what I can
On
do!
guard!
Take this!
Here, let me help!
Lightning!
Blaze on fire!
With astral energy! Mega ray! Watch and weep! Ha! Lightning
Lightning
with
thrust!
art! Switch and flame and shine! Illuminate magic is there!
Ah! Be still! Here I come! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Hurricane strike!
Lunar corruption!
Be still!
Inferno crossing!
Blah, 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 magic! Holy land!
It's on!
Here! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish this.
Be still!
Look sharp! Give me a good charge!
Try harder! Not a chance!
Hurricane
Shattering your brain!
Pieces!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Take this!
Raging cascade!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial fire!
Dance in the wind! Spirit air!
Tiger blade!
This! Ignite!
My astral energy! That'll bring you down!
Let's put you out of your misery!
I'm not done!
Lunar corruption!
Void Blast!
Flaming meteor!
Here I come!
Inferno crossing!
I'm not done!
On guard!
You're finished!
Light spear!
Vacuum Blade!
I'm all stocked up! The enemy is going all out! By the power of water!
Can't get out of this!
Hurricane! Illuminate magic is there! Holy land!
Their arms were interrupted!
Dragon Swarm!
Downfall!
Vacuum Blade!
Far enough! This one's mine!
Healing circle! Here I come!
Here I come!
Spread!
I'm not done!
Hurricane strike!
It's over!
Bowtie strike! Glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze lancer! Light astral energy!
Not today!
Let me help them!
Be still!
Blade!
It's go time!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact clock!
The heavens must be smiling.
That equipment should come in handy.
I won't forgive you!
Take this!
Now or never.
One more!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning orb!
Lightning thrust!
Dance in the
Mirror
wind!
escape!
Air thrust!
Void Blast!
Astral energy!
Rising aim for the weak spot!
Air thrust! Inferno! Lightning!
Now you've gone and ticked me off!
Here comes!
No escape!
Raging cascade!
You're finished!
Seal!
There!
Let's get you all tucked away! This one's mine! Mag now!
Here I come!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elton!
It's time to end it now!
I'm
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare Demolisher! Will this help? Lightning
Take
strike!
this! I'm not try harder! Not a chance!
Appreciate the help.
Try this!
Thanks, Tia.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
Let's keep up the pressure!
Dragon Swarm!
Seal! This'll come in handy!
Mirror escape! It's over! Dragon Swarm! Back the flame inside me yearns to be let free!
It's weakened!
Be still!
Holy land!
This ends now!
Inferno
I'm not done!
Hurricane strike!
Leave the enemy's arcs to me! Lunar corruption!
No complaints here!
One more time! Water! Here
You're
I
mine!
go! Raging storm!
Shield and
Burning strike!
You're mine!
Strike!
Dragon Swarm!
meteor!
Vacuum blade!
Inferno crossing!
There!
Get on it!
Going in.
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing. Let the marksman
Take
handle
this.
this. Raging storm!
Try harder! My turn!
Whoa! Make a red ice!
Take this!
Go get him! Lightning
Strike! Ha!
Radiant astral energy! Blah, blah, blah. Magic! Where are you going? Thunderblade! Got it!
Dragon Swarm!
Now's our chance!
There!
I can carve through armor!
It's on! Be still! You're my...
Healing
No
from
escape!
God! Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
You're mine!
Go
I'm not
ahead.
done!
Here's
Dragon
another
Swarm!
meteor. Do it. Tunnel. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
wanna play? Go! I'll take the brunt of this hit!
Dragon Swarm!
Get out of there! Go for the weak point!
Charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop her. This one's mine!
Not on my watch!
Be still! Here I come! Strike! It's over!
Freeze Lancer!
Rising Vacuum Blade!
Show you what my art is! That's my cue!
Shut him down! Take that! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade! Lightning Thrust! Rising Falcon! Crush! I'll burn it all! Ah! Flaming Pillar! Fire!
Here's a
My
healing
turn!
art!
Your mother!
Their arts were interrupted.
Here I come! No escape! Here I come! Strike! Your mother!
Go get him!
Strike! No escape! Take this! There! Lightning Thrust! Thrust! Okay, here I go! Take this! No escape! It's over! There! Be still! Strike!
Looking good out there.
Just getting started!
Take this!
That's the spirit. Take no prisoners.
You fight better at a distance.
smash
The
you!
further away, the better. You and I both.
You're mine! Cut! Huh? There! Dazzle! You're mine! Strike! You're finished!
Feel! Let's get you off the way!
Vacuum Blade! Dazzle! You're mine! Rising Falcon! There! Be still! Strike! Here I come! Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon! Dragon Swarm! There!
Shield and face!
You're
We
mine!
managed to turn the tide!
For now. But things can... I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Vortex Strike! Thunder Field! Thunder Blow! Raging Cascade! Sleep now!
Dragon
Lunar
Swarm!
Corruption!
How about this?
Try harder!
Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Raging Storm! It's weakened!
Dragon Swarm! This ends now!
Raging Cascade! Graviton Field!
Bad, right?
Yes,
Not
Alfred!
today.
Very bad! Here,
Going in. Appreciate the help.
Dragon Swarm!
take that! Illuminate magic and power of water! Holy Land! No more playing nice! Here goes! I'm ready to go! Blah, 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 Thunder Blast!
Dragon Swarm!
Holy Land!
Thank you for all your help.
Please, don't mention it.
I'm glad to know someone's got my back.
Holy Land!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! And more of this and I'll burn out!
Back into the fray!
Be still! River!
Astral Energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well
I
done!
can't!
Going in.
I'm not done!
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry. I'll be better.
Vacuum Blade!
Dance in the wind!
Lightning Thrust! Not today!
Light Astral Energy!
Inferno Crossing!
Glacial Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Great light!
Inferno Dragon Swarm! There!
Blah, blah, blah!
Lightning Thrust!
Holy Land!
Slice!
Searing Flame!
Void Blast!
Reload! Water, hear my call!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Glacial Spear! Here's the
I'm not
evil!
done!
Got it!
Huh?
Now our chance!
Vacuum Blade! Be still!
Magic!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
I'm all stuck up!
No escape!
Raging Supernova! Raging blah, blah, magic! Thunderblade!
Take this!
Downfall!
Well done!
Here,
It's
let me
over!
here. This
Dragon Star!
This one's
No
mine.
escape!
Here, this one.
Radiant light!
This one's all mine! There!
Lightning flame of fury!
Castle!
Burning strike!
Strike!
Illuminate the magic
Point
land!
flash!
Inferno crossing. This
Take
one's
this!
mine.
Here I come! No escape! No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Illuminate the
There!
light! Magic
Going in.
Shazam! Gemini Holy Light!
This one.
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial Spear!
Vacuum Blade!
Here's illuminate the Blaze Land!
Down. You're all.
I'm not done!
Ground and power! One more!
Dragon
Make it
Swarm! Remove!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
I know fine weapon material when I see it. That equipment should come in handy.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Oh, violent this one is
Eat this!
Here! By the power of
No matter what, nothing
Healing
can
Heart.
fight you.
Sleep now.
Appreciate the help.
Constantine.
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Magic Shazam! Sight too much to handle.
You make me angry. That was a bad idea.
Air going in.
Chisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone!
Cyclone!
There!
Yeah. Nice technique.
They're surrounding us.
I'll smash you. Here, let me help.
Healing circle.
Flaming meteor.
Great eruption.
Here I
And
come!
just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
There we're together. Out of ammo.
The enemy wields arc too.
We'll soon
With
see about
precision
that.
like that, I'm glad you're not on the other side. Likewise for you and that
Charging us.
shield. Best to stay in one another's good graces then.
Try harder!
Freeze
Not a
laser.
chance!
Light up the dark!
No escape! Dragon Swarm!
Seal. Shine.
Dragon Swarm!
Blade harder. Up and at 'em. Let's
Be
go.
still! Point flash! Here I come! Ignite! It's over!
Anything in armor is all mine. Inferno crossing!
Here I come!
Hear my call! Spread! Glacial Spear!
Dragon Swarm!
Here! Freeze Blade!
There!
Lightning Strike! Let's get you all tucked away!
Vacuum Blade!
Lunar Arc!
Dazzle!
Here's a healing arc! First
Take
Lightning
this!
Orb!
I'm not done!
That'll bring you down!
You're finished!
Spread!
You're mine!
Illuminate the right!
Dragon Swarm! There!
Appreciate the help. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa! Flaming meteor!
Dragon Swarm!
This one is mine.
Right inside me! Yours to be let free!
Their arms are interrupted.
Illuminate the magic advance!
Dragon Swarm!
Holy land!
Dazzle!
Radiant spear!
Down! You're all
You're mine! Strike! You picked the wrong fight!
One more!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial
Vacuum Blade! Be still!
Freeze land! Raging cascade!
Soaring Light Spear! Rising Falcon!
Tiger Annihilation! This is coming tasty!
Take this! Lewis!
Lightning Orb! Searing Flame!
No escape!
Reload!
You're finished!
here.
Ready and ready!
Meteor!
First aid!
Take this!
Let the marksman
No
handle
escape!
it!
I'm not
You
done.
made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Soaring Light Spear!
Flame! Reload!
Right
I'll
back!
heal you all! Oh, violent guardian! Blah, blah, blah,
I'll take you all on. Ha!
Here's evil!
It's on!
Let me show you what my art can do! Rise and shine!
You picked the wrong fight!
Illuminate! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts to accomplish
No
this.
escape! You're finished!
Resurrection! Searing Rain! Hearing Flame of Fury!
No escape!
Here's evil!
Strike!
Freeze Lancer!
Rising Falcon!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming Wildfire! Hurricane Strike! Mega Ray!
You're mine!
Power of water! Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! No!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Step back. This one's all law.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Get lost! You got company! Hurricane Strike! Close one! Lunar Corruption!
Strike! No escape!
Airborne Beast!
Swarm!
My set! Go get it! Dance in the wind!
Flying freaks! What did they just do?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! Dance in the wind! Pick you up! Hurricane Strike! This
Be
is
still! Take it!
You're off!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! No escape! No escape! Be still! Soaring light spear! Rising Falcon! Take
I'll
this!
heal you all!
You're finished!
Healing circle!
Be still! Soaring
Now!
light spear! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Did it!
Yeah! Nice technique!
Time to shine! I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arts.
Dragon Swarm! Lightning Thrust! Strike! Strike! Rising Falcon!
Water,
Lightning
hear my
Thrust!
call! Time to shine!
There!
Glacial Spear! Here's
Lightning
the
Swarm! Here I come!
Sleep now!
I'm not done! It's over! Vacuum Blade!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! My turn! Rising Falcon! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here's a healing art! First aid!
I'm not...
Blizzard blow!
Strike!
I'm all stocked up! Annihilation!
Dragon Swarm!
Lightning! Downfall!
Take this! Strike! You're finished!
Here's a healing art!
Dragon Swarm!
Their
arts were interrupted! It's over! Ignite!
Hurricane I never miss!
There!
Now you see what I can do.
Can't get out of this!
Ready to go!
How do you like being pounded into shape?
Get you up!
Here I go! Strike! Dragon Swarm!
Here, let me help! Light Astral First aid! Here goes!
You're mine!
Lightning!
I'm not done!
Downfall!
There! Be still! Take this! No escape! It's over!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
Was all mine!
No complaints here.
I'm not done!
Lightning orb!
It's over!
This isn't ideal.
Vacuum Blade! Burn!
Get out of there with the others!
You're
First
mine!
aid!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Shield and
Don't get in my way!
There!
Light Astral
Looking
I don't
grim.
feel so hot.
Hold tight. You should sit this one out.
And miss all the fun. No way.
Not done! You're finished!
where was I?
You get to get
I'm gonna need
My turn!
I'm ready to go.
Annihilation! Mega Ring!
It's gonna hit!
Right, watch out!
I'll stop its charge.
Healing! Thanks, Kisara!
Now I can let loose.
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Escape!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
Vacuum blade! Try harder! Not a chance!
Now you've gone and ticked me off.
Escape! The flame inside me!
Now, my dear! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Elton!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm ready to drive failure! Not enough!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Lunar corruption!
Take this!
Just with the
I'm not
by
done!
the power of water!
Hurricane strike!
Lightning dash!
Lightning strike!
Burn!
Illuminate healing arc!
Take this!
Rise and shine!
Try hard! My turn! Strike!
I can't hold on much longer!
Dragon Swarm!
Glacial fire! Tiger blade!
Hit!
Now!
Hit shot!
Dragon Swarm! Vacuum blade!
Lunar corruption! Lunar blade! Back into the fray!
I'm not done!
No more playing nice! Illuminate magic is out!
How about
Dragon
you?
Swarm! Law! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger blade!
Looks like it could be worth something.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen. Little help!
You're mine!
Flaming meteor!
Raging storm! Annihilation!
Glacial fire!
Take this!
Shield
Throw
is
it!
made!
Here, let me help. The flash hurts their weak point.
Piercing! I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa! Flaming meteor!
Magic
not
is
done.
out!
Crossing!
Try harder!
Holy
My
light!
turn!
This one
Here I
is
come! I owe you!
I don't know what I'd do without
Hurricane
you.
strike!
Okay,
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
no escape!
Critical!
Dragon Swarm!
Sleep now! Radiant light!
Ah! Dragon Swarm!
Here's evil!
Vacuum blade!
Tempest!
Down.
Freeze Lancer!
Flaming meteor!
This one's all mine! Dragon Swarm! I'll
That's
burn
what
it
my
all!
shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! Leave it to you! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Lunar corruption!
By the power of hurricane strike!
Into the shadow! In the wind! Seal!
Hurricane!
Let me help! Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too.
Hurricane strike!
Vacuum blade!
Lightning strike!
Got it!
Let's keep up the pressure!
Now's our chance!
Ignite!
Hurricane strike!
I can carve through armor!
Here!
In a bind?
Healing circle! Flaming light!
Why'd you heal me?
Captain Diamond?
Right.
Be still!
Hurricane strike!
Rising
Lightning strike! Hurricane strike!
Lunar
No
corruption!
escape!
Spear!
It's over!
Gemini Aqua!
Not a chance!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Raging Cascade! Spread! Again to the wind!
I'm not done!
This one's mine.
Try harder! My turn!
Healing circle! Glacial spear! Piercing
Piercing
sword!
sword!
One at a time! Freeze Lancer! Here's a healing arc! Lightning Cascade!
Appreciate the help.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Light Astral Illumination!
This one's all mine!
Mega Ray!
Douse Missile!
Holy Lance!
Rising Falcon! Burn!
Hurricane Strike!
Going in.
You're mine! I'm not done!
Swallow.
You're finished!
Raging Cascade! Inferno
Dragon Swarm!
It's too much.
They're offering
Now!
Rinwell!
Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
shield and face.
You're mine! Catch! I'm not done! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade! Dazzle!
Raging Storm! It's showtime! Inferno
I have no limits! Dragon Swarm!
Down. You're off.
Vacuum Blade! Lightning Thrust! Strike! Sonic Spear! I'll burn it all! Ah! Flaming Pillar! Fire! Dragon Swarm! Vacuum Blade! Fire!
The enemy is going all out!
Lightning Thrust!
Here my call! Complete focus! Hurricane
This one's all mine!
Steel Force!
Strike!
Piercing roar.
No escape!
Raging
Dragon
Cascade!
Swarm! Vacuum Blade! Be still! Take this! I'm not done!
Meteor.
Rising! Lightning Thrust!
Pierce evil! Light astral energy!
No escape!
Shield and face.
It's over!
Blah, blah, blah.
Not today!
Lightning strike.
Here I go!
Lunar arc.
Here I
Inferno
come!
crossing. Look sharp.
No escape! Okay. Dragon Swarm! There!
Switch to offense.
Vacuum Blade!
Sleep now. No more playing nice!
Time to turn.
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing
Lightning
arts.
strike. This isn't ideal.
You're mine!
Here
Healing
goes.
into the wind!
Okay,
Steering
here I
air
go.
thrust! And that's blah, blah, blah! Air
Take
thrust!
this!
Hurricane
You're finished!
Lightning strike.
There!
Water, hear my call! Hit!
Dragon Swarm!
Thunder Blade! Burning
Take this!
Switch to offense.
Dragon Swarm!
Flaming meteor.
Vacuum Blade!
Inferno
Be
crossing.
still!
Going in.
Illuminate blah 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 magic! There!
Dragon Swarm!
Ray, here.
Chill.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you!
Flaming meteor.
Calm down!
Inferno crossing. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare demolisher.
Annihilation!
Hurricane strike. Lightning strike. Piercing roar.
No escape! Dragon Swarm! There!
Hurricane strike.
Be still!
Lightning strike.
No escape! It's over!
Lightning
Rising
strike.
Falcon!
You get the gist.
Lightning Thrust!
Hear my call! Spread! Glacial Spear! Pierce evil!
No
Hurricane
escape!
Freeze
It's
laser!
over!
Lightning strike.
Sleep now!
Vacuum Blade! Lightning Thrust!
I'll heal you all!
This one is
Lightning
mine.
Spear!
Alright! Healing circle!
Okay, here I go!
I owe you